Hello, YouTube. David Brown here, connecting in. It's been a couple of weeks, and I hope you all got to enjoy your July 4th holiday weekend. As for me, I had a wonderful time with family and some friends, and including my 107-year-old grandmother that just can't believe that she's 107. And I can't believe she's 107 and looking so darn good. Anyway, I want to again just thank you for connecting in. If you like what you hear, I ask that you like, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. I ask for the like because that helps with the algorithms and helps get this video out to more people. And ultimately, my objective is just to simply bring value to as many people as I can. Okay, so that said, let's dive into today's subject matter. Over the past few weeks, I have seen a viral video, or not viral video, viral post, particularly on Facebook. Perhaps you have seen it, and I want to just touch on it a little bit. And the whole basic premise around that is we are in a rising interest rate environment where, you know, perspective has, you know, gotten a shock to it. Okay, for example, my first mortgage was 6.5% in the early 2000s, and to me, that was a great rate at that time. That was a good rate. However, we're coming off of COVID, 2.5 to 3%. You know, insanely low, unsustainably low mortgage rates. A healthy market, many experts will say, is brought to us with interest rates, mortgage rates specifically, between 5 and 7%, right? And that's where we're at. So, you know, we're at around, it got out to like 6.5 for some people. I think it's down closer to 6%. Check with your loan officer on that. I'm certainly not the expert, and I'm not looking to give exact information on that, but we're in the 6 to 6.5% range last time I knew. And again, my first mortgage was 6.5. However, a lot of you might be used to that 2.5, 3%, or even 4%. Where now 6.5 is a shocker, and you're having to digest it a little bit, and that's okay. I just urge you to not allow it to hinder your movement in home ownership. Okay, and this is why. This viral post that has been going around, it talks about marry the house, marry your home, date the rates. Okay. And what that means is this: regardless of where interest rates are, find a home you love and can afford, of course, right? Find a home that you love. Okay. And marry it, buy it, wherever that rate is. Okay. Now, if rates in an environment where rates are going up, if they continue to go up, and you lock in at say 6.5%, and they go up to 8, 9, 10%. Let's hope that they don't go up as high as the 80s when they were up into the teens, right? But if they go up to 7, 8, 9%, you're going to be thankful that you locked in at that lower rate. However, if things stabilize or when things stabilize, and if those rates go below where you currently purchased, there's nothing holding you back from refinancing it. In other words, aka date the rates. Okay, there's nothing making you commit to that interest rate long term, right? So that's what that means. And I want to talk about that perspective a little bit. Okay, I'm speaking with a lot of people, and people just can't. They're sticker shocked, I guess you could say. You know, home values over the past couple of years, especially. I mean, even pre-COVID, they were going up. Quite a bit. COVID just put that that increase in hyper mode, and home values have gone up. And now with mortgage rates going up, people are sticker shocked. Unfortunately, there are certainly some people that are being thrown out of the market, from an affordability standpoint. If they were only able to afford, a $150,000 home, they might now only be able to afford a $140,000 home, while homes are now 160 and above, for example, right? So, if you're in that situation, I urge you to just stay focused, sit with your mortgage professional and also your real estate agents I am a real estate agent, licensed real estate salesperson here in New York State. If you're in New York, please reach out to me. And we can certainly work on a game plan. Okay, game plans are very important. However, just stay focused. Don't give up. Okay. And many of you, another thing I want to talk about is from the affordability standpoint, uh, especially with homes going up, the more you pay for a home, the more money you're going to have down, right? A lot of people think, the old school mindset is that you have to have 20% down to be able to purchase. That is simply not true. Depending on the mortgages, you can get as low as 3 to 3.5%. You can do 5%, but again, that's the specifics on that is more, it should be steered more towards your licensed mortgage rep, uh, because I'm not that, and I don't want to be seen as crossing the corporate veil, so to speak. So, reach out to a mortgage rep, reach out to myself. I can put you in touch with a quality mortgage rep as well. And again, I want to stay focused at the moment on money down, right? Many of you may not have the money down, right? Especially maybe you did, and home values have gone up, and now you're having to come up with a little bit more. And I remember when I first bought my first property, I was very frugal. I used to live on chicken, frozen green beans and mashed potatoes or rice. And I ate an awful lot of ramen noodles mixed with broccoli and asparagus and just different vegetables. Wasn't the healthiest. I mean, obviously the vegetables are, ramen noodles isn't. Uh, those are all on the cheaper side, though, right? Don't worry about the steaks all the time. And and then I like jewelry, right? A lot of people like clothing, a lot of people like shoes or whatever. If you have some people have 500 shoes, right? And then they don't have money to put down on a home. Okay. Some people complain about 6.5% mortgage rates, and yet they have a credit card where they're paying 18, 19, 20%. Now, I'm not judging people. Okay. I do not come from a place of, I'm not a judgmental person. I'm a very humble man. So I don't want you to, when I'm sharing this information with you, I don't want you to feel like I am coming from a place of judgment. Okay, I'm just simply letting you know. There's oftentimes areas where we can save money. Okay, there's areas that we don't even realize unless we focus, that we realize how much we're spending and where we're spending it, right? And does that $50,000 car versus a $25,000 car matter more than perhaps buying a house, right? If you're looking to buy a house, don't go out and buy a brand new car. Okay, don't go into more debt. Okay, before you're buying anything, check with your mortgage rep. Say, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Mortgage Rep, what do can I purchase this? How is this going to affect me? Okay, because the last thing you want to do is work your butt off to get to that place, and then your car breaks down. Instead of spending $500 to have it fixed up or $1,000 to fix up, you decide to go and buy a new car, and now you can't buy a house, right? So those are just some thoughts on, from an affordability standpoint, and just perspective. I urge you. I personally am a huge advocate of home ownership. Again, I purchased my first home a little over 20 years ago now. And, there's a big difference between homeowners and renters when it comes to affordability. I know people that are in their 80s that own home. They've paid their mortgage off over time. Okay, and now all they pay is the taxes. Now I say that's all, at least here in New York State, those taxes can be very expensive. However, they're paying $300-400 a month, perhaps, maybe depending on the home value of their home, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. And yet there's also people their age that are renting, that have rented their whole life. And again, I don't come from a place of judgment. Everybody has their own, wills in life, wishes in life. Okay. And now they're in their 80s and they're still renting. And I can assure you that, especially in retirement, there's a big difference between paying $1,000 to $1,500 a month in rent and paying $300 to $400 a month and taxes and insurance. Okay, so just again a little perspective. If you are renting or you know someone that's renting, that's just something to keep in mind. We often come from a place of where we're at now, and we don't look, at least in perspective, on down the road. And everyone's situation is different. Okay, I certainly, any specifics I give you here, you're not necessarily going to relate. However, maybe you know someone that can relate, and then you can, pass this video over to them, or maybe possibly reassure them. And again, my name is David Brown. Comment in the link below. Tell me what you think of this video. If you like it, or if there's some corrective feedback that you'd like, I am very open for some great conversation. I will just give one little plug. No one I know, but a book that I read called Fierce Conversations. I say that because we need to start having more fierce conversations, and that doesn't mean rude or disrespectful. That just means professional, back and forth conversations. Part of that conversation is being willing to receive corrective criticism and their simple feedback. So I urge you, please comment some feedback, whether it's good or bad, in the comments below, and let's have the discussion. And if you're thinking about buying or selling or investing in real estate, please let me know. We can connect in and discuss that. Again, I'm licensed in New York State. If you're not in New York State, I certainly have agents throughout the country that I can put you in contact with that is licensed to consult you in the state you're in. I'm not legally allowed to consult people outside of New York State. So anyway, again, I want to thank you. Please like for the algorithms, just to get it out there a little bit more on YouTube, and let me know what you think. In the meantime, make it a great day, and always know I'm rooting for you. Cheers.